ETR. I forgot to do things. Yeah, guys, what we discussed in the previous videos? The previous class. What we discussed in the previous class, guys?
User administration, sir.
So user administration completed, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so user administration, so completed. Now file. So today what we will discuss about the file permissions. So I will discuss about the file permissions. Yeah, file permissions. Yeah, what is file permissions, guys? So did you verify? So how you can check the permissions? So how you can check a permissions on a file or a directory?
LS minus LTR.
Yes, very good. So ls minus ltr ll Tulasi long list. We already discussed this file, right? Yeah. So whenever we give this command ls-ltr ll, so what it comes? So first, so how do you recognize if it is a file or directory?
If it is a hyphen, it starts with hyphen, then it is a file. If it is starts with a D letter, then it is a directory. If it
Very
starts
good.
with L letter, then it is a link.
Yes, very good. You are on the track, Tulasi. Yeah, yeah. You are on the track.
Sir,
Very good.
sir, can we have a one class on disk partition, sir? If
Yes, yes,
possible.
yes, 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 yes. So after the file permissions, we'll we'll discuss on the disk partitions only. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So Tulasi, very good, Tulasi. Keep up, keep it up. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So when we execute the command ll, so it will shows the long list, right? So long list means if it is a file or directory, for example, so directory, then you will see the rwx, right? Then you will see the rwx, what it is, and something like root, sorry, root to colon, root to, for example, file name. Okay, file or a directory. So if it is a hyphen directory, right? This is a directory. Guys, sound is echoing. So from where it's from? Kirti, huh? Kirti, mute yourself. Hello? Yeah. No, I'm not listening the echo. So hyphen is nothing but a file, right? RWX. What it contains? What is RWX? What is RWX? Okay. What is RWX?
Read, write, execute.
Yes. So for
R stands
example,
for read.
hurry, something like a file. So this is a file, right? This is the file. This is a directory. What it contains, or what is the R means? What is
Yeah.
R means?
R is nothing but reader.
Hmm.
W is nothing but write.
Hmm.
And X is nothing but execute.
Hmm.
So if it is the combination of RWX, so
Hmm.
we can read, write, and execute the commands and file.
Okay, okay, I will tell you. Yeah, so these three permissions, RWX, for example, R is nothing but a read permission. What is that? So you have
Read
a,
permit.
yeah, you have a permission to read the file, right? So something like the numerical format is 4. The character format is R. The numerical number is 4 for reading. So W is nothing but a write. So if you have a W, you have to write it. You have to write the file. You have a permission to write it, right? X is nothing but a execute permissions. What it is? Execute means you have a delete, edit, modify. So right, that is nothing but the numerical format is 1. So now R is nothing but a reading, RW is nothing but a writing, RWX is nothing but a executing. So if you have a RWX, if you have a RWX, if you have a RWX. So RWX means read and write execute, read and write execute, read and write execute. So yeah, so 1 is enough, right? Why we need these 3 RWX, RWX, RWX. Okay, the first, so this is a D means directory, RWX contains, first RWX contains owner of the file. Who is that, guys? Owner of the file. Who owner means you are creating a file directory, right? You logged in as a root user, you created a file. So you created a file. Who is the owner of that file? For example, Tulasi created that file. Who is the owner of that file?
Myself.
Tulasi is the owner of that file. Okay. Yeah. The next RWX contains the group. What is that? What is a group, guys? So owner means who created the a file or a directory, owner. So what is group, guys? What is group? Group is nothing but a combination of people, right? A group is nothing but
Combination of people.
a combination of people. For example, DevOps group. Which group? A DevOps group. This DevOps groups contains Tulasi, so Tulasi is the owner, right? For example, Kirti, Bhaskar, Chaitanya. So Chaitanya. So these three people are from the DevOps group. So the group is nothing but a DevOps. So the group DevOps contains the RWX, read, write, execute. If you having that group having the read, write, execute, the people also having the read, write, execute. Okay, what this is? Other RWX. RWX is nothing but others. So DevOps is Chaitanya, Bhaskar, Kirti. Owner is who is the owner, guys? Owner is Tulasi. Owner is Tulasi. And the people, the group of people are Kirti, Bhaskar, Chaitanya. Others. So others means, for example, Hari, Sheetal, Ashok. So the remaining people, whoever not part of the owner, whoever not part of the group. So others is nothing but a Hari, Sheetal, Ashok. These are the others. So others also having the which permissions, guys? RWX. So RWX. Guys, tell me. So what is RWX? RWX means 4 plus 2 plus 1.
Seven,
to
right? So
7. Yeah. So here also 4 plus 2 plus 1 equal to 7. So others also 4 plus 2 plus 1 equal to 7. So 777 is nothing but a full permissions. What is that? 777 is nothing but
full permission for directory, sir.
Full permission on directory. Full permissions on that directory. So everyone can write it, read it, and execute it. Means delete it, everything. So everything they can do it. They can do it. So for example, so hyphen is nothing but nothing but 0. Hyphen is nothing but 0. What is that, guys? Hyphen is nothing but 0. So for example, I have a permission something like R hyphen X. So what is the permission, guys? The numerical format is
4015.
yes, very good. 4 plus 0 plus 1 equal to 5. So 5 permissions. For example, R hyphen. So what is that, guys? R
4.
means 4. 4 plus
0, 0.
0 plus 0. So what is the permissions? So for example, 4 permission. Okay. So or else R W hyphen, guys.
6.
4 plus
4 plus 2
2
plus 0.
plus 0 equal to 6 permissions. What is the permission, guys? The permission is 6.
6.
Guys, now you understand? Yeah. So the permissions are, so 777 is nothing but a full permission. So yeah. So if you are creating as a, if you are logging as a root user, so while creating a directory or a file, so which permissions?
Sir, excuse me, may I have one question,
You will
please?
get? Yeah.
Sir, for read, there is a numerical value is 4 and write is 2. And how they had created and what is the base for that, sir?
I'll tell you. Okay.
Full permission.
Sorry.
Triple seven permission we get triple seven permission.
Triple. Yeah, for a directory, 777 is the full permissions. For a file, 666 is the full permissions. Okay. So I will tell you. So while creating, while login as a, so you logged in as a root user while creating a directory or file, which permissions you will get, guys? So which permissions you will get by default? Guys. So is your virtual machine is in power on mode or not?
Sir, why is it 666 file?
Yeah, file.
Like you said, 666 is full permission, right? Like
Yeah.
it like 666? Yeah, probably because can't execute.
Yes. I will tell you 1 second. IPA. Yeah. 1 second. 56108. Yeah. So your diet is something like Y666, right? So chmod 666, for example, 666 means that all the users can read and write up, but cannot execute the file folder, right? So something like a 7 is 777 is nothing but allows the all actions for all the users. Okay. One 192.168.1.0.8 root red hat 1 second. Yeah, change settings, appearance, change settings, bold 18, 8. Yeah. So now you understand, right? Why 777 permissions, why 666, right? So 666 means 6 means only we have a which permission? Only
4 plus
read
2.
and yeah. So read and write, right? So the file is file will not execute, right? So directory will execute, but file will not execute. That's the reason. So we are using a 666 for the file permissions. Okay, I will tell you. Something like I logged in as a root user. I'm creating a directory. I'm creating a directory as a Hari directory, right? Hari directory is created. LL Hari. Sorry, ls-ld Hari. So what is the permission you get while created the directory, while creating the directory? So what is the permission?
Full permission, read, write, execute.
So read, write, execute. So for directory, right? Guys, 1 second. I got the call from car maintenance. Hello, guys, are able to hear?
Sir.
Hello. Yeah, yeah. So while creating the directory, you will get directly the permissions, right? So which permissions you got? So what is that? RWX means directly you can tell 7. RX means 5.
5.
RX means 5. So who is the owner? Who is the group? So these two are nothing but a owner and group. So root is the owner and root is the group, because of root itself as a behaves as a group, right? Because group root is created while creating the while installing the OS, right, guys? 755 permissions. So you did not set any permissions for the directory, but by default you will get the 755 permissions. So how you will get this? How you will get this 755 permissions while creating the directory? Same like as a file. So you create a you are trying to create a file as something like a touch hari.txt. What is that? Touch hari.txt, ll hari.txt. So what is the permissions you got? So what these are permissions, guys? Tell me. RW, R hyphen hyphen, R hyphen hyphen. Yeah, tell me, guys. What are the permissions you have while creating a file as a
6.
6,
6.
4,
4.
4,
6.
right? So you logged in as a, guys, mute yourself. Tulsi, I think you, right?
No, sir.
Katiza, Bhaskar.
No, it's not me.
It's for you. So Katiz, your kids are.
Yeah, my kids are sleeping. They're not up yet.
Okay, okay. Yeah, guys, 644, right? You will get the 644. So while creating a text, something like a file. So 755. So as a directory, if you are creating a directory, you will get the 755 permission. So if you create a file, you will get the 644 permissions by default. Something like I am trying to switch to Hari. Yeah. So I switched as a Hari user. Now, so which user? So logged in as a Hari user. Now I am trying to create a directory mkdir, something like a class 2. So I created a class ls-ld means if you want to see a directory, the permissions, you can use ls-ld class 2, right? So which permissions? So which permissions you get while creating the user, guys? As a user, normal, as a normal user. So what are the permissions you got? You got the, so this is the permissions for directory and touch class 3.txt, ll class 3.txt. So what are the permissions? Yeah. So what are the permissions, guys? D is nothing but a directory. rwx, rx, right? So what are the permissions we'll get if you create a directory as a normal user? 775, right? Yeah. So while creating a file as a normal user, so what are the permissions?
664.
6. So these are differ from the root user. So while
Yes, sir.
creating a, so you logged in as a root user, and while creating a directory, you will get the 755 permissions. So as a normal, you logged in as a normal user. While creating a directory, you will get a 775. Here 755. So while creating a directory, while creating a file, you will get 644 permissions. Here 664 permissions. There is a difference between a user and a root user. If you logged in as a normal user, you will get the permissions while creating a directory and a file. So as well as root user also. If you are logged in as a root user, while creating the directory, while creating the file, you will get these permissions, right? How you will get these permissions? You will get these permissions by using umask value. What is that value, guys? Umask value means user mask value. What is that? User mask value. The user mask value for root user. Root is 0, 0, 0. So what is that? 0, 22. A normal user's umask value is normal user. Umask value is 002, guys. 002. So how you will get that permissions, right? Because of umask value. So as a root user, so while creating a directory, so what are the permissions you get? You get the permissions like yeah. So 777 is the full permissions, right? So 777 is the permissions. You can subtract from the user umask value, then you will get the permissions for a root user, for example. So you need to subtract from 777 to 022, guys. So what is the value?
755.
755, right? 755 is the value, same like as a normal user. So 002 is the umask value, right? So what is the value?
7.5.
775.
Fine.
Now you understood, guys. So because of the umask value, so you will get these permissions while creating as a directory, while creating as a directory as a root user, while creating directory as a normal user. Now you understood. So how the permissions comes into the picture? Guys understood? Sital, Kirti, Tulasi, Katis. Now you understood.
Yes, sir.
So this is for directory. This is for
Follow.
a directory. For file, so file, I will tell you. So 666 is the a full permission for a file, and we need to remove the umask value 022. So what is the value, guys? 644. Now we understood. So
Sir, can you explain this user mask value?
sorry,
User mask value.
user mask value.
So can you explain it again?
Yeah, I will explain. Yeah, so user mask value is defined by the Linux trovald while creating the Linux. So how you will get the permissions if you create a directory? If you create a directory, so you will get the permissions by using umask value. By using umask value, you will get that permissions. You will get the permissions. Now you understood. So something like the full permissions is 777. So something like the umask value for the root user is 022. So if you subtract that umask value from the full permissions 777, you will get 755 for the root user. So 777 is the full permissions. Umask value for the normal user is 002. When you subtract from the full permissions to umask value, you will get 775. So these permissions are will get while creating a directory as a normal user, as a root user. So these permissions will get automatically by default while creating a file as a root user and a normal user. So root user and normal user. Yeah, I know it's